Okay, so here I'm going to use this circle class, and you'll note I still have the same as before, and I have all my functions down here at the end. The only difference is I took some of the things out of the main program for demonstration purposes. So here I've declared a circle object C1, and here I'm just going to display the radius of circle C1 is, and then I'm going to say C1.getRadius. I'm going to run this program and show you what happens. Okay, and it says the radius of circle C1 is, and we get this crazy value. Well, that's because the circle C1 really has one data member called radius, which is at this point in time undefined. We see this all the time in C++. If you say int x and then you see out x, you'll get a crazy number that comes out there too, because x doesn't have anything initially stored in it. With object-oriented programming, that's not considered good practice. So in object-oriented programming, when we're working with classes, we have these special functions that are called constructors. And a constructor function is a function that you'll put inside your class. The name of the function is the same name as the class, and it does not have a return type. It's a really special type of function. So if you see here, there's no return type. So this is going to be my constructor function. It's going to be called circle. The one that we're going to write first is what's considered to be a default constructor. It does not have any parameters. So now I'm going to come down here. I'm actually going to write the code for my constructor function. Circle's the name of the function, the class, colon, function name, right? And the job of a constructor is to just set the data member, in this case is radius, to some initial state. It doesn't matter what it is. You could make it 0, you could make it 1. This is my constructor, so I'm going to make it 1. Okay, let me just put in my system pause here, my return 0. Now, let's just see what this constructor function does. When I run my program now, it'll say the radius of circle C1 is 1. Because what happens when you declare an object, it automatically will jump out and execute this constructor function. And in this case, it'll set the radius to 1. So when I call the getRadius function, it's going to have a 1 in it. Right? If I put a different value in here, like if I put 0 in the constructor, and it's up to the programmer to decide what they want, it will say the radius of circle C1 is 0. All right? So that function's getting called automatically. I'm going to change my default value back to 1. Okay? And I just want to show you, I'm going to use the debugger here for a second to kind of step through my program to show you how this executes. Well, maybe I'm not going to do that right now. There we go. Okay. So here's where I am in my program, and you can see when it hits this line of code, it actually jumps out, executes the constructor, and then it comes back to here. Okay? So that's how constructors work. Alright, that's how constructors work. They're automatically called. So constructors, like other functions, can be overloaded, and in the next video I'll explain a little bit more about that.